Cool. So, there we... Oh, it's... Oh, no, it's broken again, and this is all happening on the stream now. Sorry, just a second, everybody.
No, you're fine.
The things that are supposed to be happening are not happening. Hopefully that has fixed it now, and then I will just jump over here and reset all the scaling that's no longer behaving correctly. So 2 seconds, I'm really sorry, everyone. There we go, and I thought that was just gonna... There we go. Now that's working. So there we go. Now we're we're working properly now. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to Assist Here 1. You got me, Corgi, and Alex is with me here as well tonight.
Hello, hello.
So, sorry about the technical difficulties and the slightly late start. It's just one of those things that happens, you know. How's everybody cracking on this evening? Are we all doing good?
Riddler's the first out saying hello. How you doing, Riddler?
I'm
Nice to be
racing.
in Miami.
There we go. It is. I quite enjoy this track, actually. Contrary to popular belief. So let's finish setting up my track map and menu quick, and let's get an idea of who is where and out on track. So I think everybody's on out laps at the minute, except for Steely, who is the first on a fast lap, although we are a couple of minutes behind. And then this, yeah, I'm doing good, Socks. I'm doing good. Oh, there we go. Everybody's out on the medium tyres first of all tonight as well.
It's except for Snacks, who has a set of sauce on. Interesting choice.
Well, he's still in the pit actually, so that could very much change.
Ah.
Got a few of our AT2 drivers in reserving an AT1 tonight. We've got Socks, Steely, Greg, and Padge as well. Yeah, of course. So that wraps up our lots of people off on holidays or sick or something.
Getting that summer vacation in right before the cold winter blows us away.
I wish that we had cold winters here.
Thanks, global warming.
Oh. Yeah. Steely coming around the last corner now. Let's see what he can do. 127.0. Cod Camper with a 127. 126.8. Steely, of course, winning AT2 on Sunday. And Willow doing a Willow and setting a 126. 125.9. I don't actually know what a good time is on this track. I was a bit too preoccupied Monday to Tuesday to watch. So
fair enough.
I'll have to have a look at what our poll times were. As Jakob does a 127.5. I think this is a hard track though. I think a lot of people have can struggle on this particular track. Not quite like China, which was apparently the ultimate trackpad.
Yeah, this track is interesting. I can't get my head wrapped around it. It doesn't quite know what it wants to be. Does it want to be fast? Does it want to be technical? It kind of just exists.
It's I think it's one of those ones. It's quite fast. It's quite flowy. It's got lots of like the little technical sections that I quite enjoy. But I think everybody, yeah, just check and see if anybody's out and about. Everybody's on their fast laps at the minute, but yeah, except you get that section under the flyover by the that awful chicane, and I think we'll see a few invalidated laps or a few cars in the wall there.
Oh, that last chicane can completely change your entire setup.
Oh yeah.
Trying to figure that out. And I am from South Florida, so I apologize in advance. If we were there immediately, there would be so much heat and humidity, but thank God this is all virtual.
Well, I think Deflated We just got back from being in Florida on holiday, so from Florida to Florida for him.
Nice, nice. Like I bet he's still melting.
Let's see.
And Snacks decided still to keep on those soft set of tires.
He is doing it on the softs. Let's have a look. I think he is on a fast lap. So should we watch his lap as he goes around? He sets a purple sector 1, I think, which doesn't surprise me, honestly, given that it is a... although I can never tell if that's meant to be purple or just personal purple. I think it's just personal best, but it comes up as purple on the track map.
And this is a sprint race, so short quali here, right?
Yes. Yes, we've got like back-to-back sprint races here, haven't we? So, goes through there. Oh, does that very nicely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we'll have one short quali session followed by the sprint race, and then another session to do the qualifying. These poor drivers
so far,
have got so much going for them.
Right. We're 5 minutes in, and Willow is still sitting on pole with 1 minute 25. Snacks goes second place on this set of soft tires, 1 minute 26.
Oh, that's a good time.
It's a great time.
Everybody's set laps here except for Alice, who I think had invalidated their lap. I'm not quite sure where they managed to do that though.
I wonder if we will get some teammate slipstreaming. This isn't the easiest track to do that, but here at IRL, it seems like that is the way to go if you can get it in this short qualifying session.
Oh yeah, and this bit of the track as well here that we're currently just watching Snacks on is in lap on. If you can get a good toe down here, you could pick up a lot of time, because it's like it reminds me kind of Spa at the back, where it's kind of like one big long straight, but it's actually got 2 turns in it.
And quite a few drivers have decided to go back into the pit and put on a set of softs, I guess after seeing Snacks climb up the leaderboard.
I think that's a lot of people's strategy though. They go in, they take the medium, or they come out with the mediums, they do a lap, and then they stick the soft tire on and try and improve. I think that's generally the go-to for this, really.
I can't remember either. I think I don't even remember if I've raced here. How the DEG is at this track.
I don't think it's too bad, really. I think it's better than at China, because you might have there are a few fast sections through Sector 1, but otherwise you'd sort of just leisurely make your way down Sector 2, and all the corners in Sector 3 are pretty slow, so I think honestly it's I think it's a fairly low deg track. I mean, the softs won't last very long at all, but that doesn't surprise me. So I think
Willow in the chat saying good start. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say my chat hasn't updated for some reason. It's the evening of technical troubles. Yeah, I was just gonna say I think that the hards are definitely gonna last forever on this track, as they do on most tracks, and then we'll see. I imagine what's the word I'm looking on here? Yeah, I imagine then we'll see like people doing just the one stop for Miami.
And we still have 2 minutes left here in qualifying. Snacks reverting his strategy and in the pit currently with a set of mediums on. Playing it opposite of the rest of the field. I'm not mad at that. I appreciate that.
No, yeah.
I think last race, someone had a completely different strategy than the rest of the field. I can't remember who it was, but slept on a pair of inters, maybe?
Yeah, I think that might have been when we had some wet weather in China. So I think if they wanted to get a lap in at the end, I know some people decide to go for the harder tire strategy, and then they go out on hards. Yeah. Greg sets a fastest middle sector. Let's
And while we're here, I'll go back briefly and look at the driver of the day from the last race. Let's see. You know what? I'll just go ahead and read it. How about that, Corgi? This is written by Corgi, the best author that we have here. An exciting sprint race saw some phenomenal overtakes with lots of traded places and a few unlucky spins, followed by a quick qualifying that saw Willow take P1 and losing time to Exotic Planes, to the both of them taking the first two podium places. Everyone drove really well last weekend, braving it on the track. And the driver of the day for Corgi goes to that guy. Super impressed with driving from qualifying for P10 to finish on the podium. And a special shout out to RedDragan, his first ATM podium in the sprint. So that was pretty cool.
It was. It was a good race. I really enjoyed it. I think watching that guy honestly go from like like out of the points right the way back onto a podium was absolutely phenomenal for me.
Oh, and just at the last second, they're at binary numbers. I forget this player's name, but takes pole 1 minute 25 seconds.
We just call him 1010.
10-10, there we go.
Yeah,
that works.
everyone just refers to him as 1010. Let's see, who else do we have crossing the line? Willow then retakes that place. Damn. AlesBin is just about to cross the line with his only lap out.
One and done.
Not bad. P9 for a first lap. Oh, deflated goes P3. I think.
Max Verstappen and this year had a 1 minute 27 for pole position here. I always like to look up what happened in real life, compare it to what we're doing. I think it's pretty cool.
I think it's interesting, really, because, like, I don't know, with the kinds of speeds that everyone does on this game and the lap times that they can put, maybe, just maybe we should, be replacing all the F1 drivers in real life. Maybe the 81 lot here should do that instead.
I have full confidence. In what? I don't know, but I have confidence.
Where did Socks go? Because he is in the chat at the minute making words. I didn't see where he came. So that's all.
Riddler says, bloody tough this tier. Get me back into 82.
16. Oh. There we go then. That's our sprint qualifying over and done with. Doesn't take. It seems weird when you do the short quali because it takes no time at all to get there. So we've got Willow, as per usual, I suppose, taking the top spot in pole with 10-10 close behind him. I say close. It's 0.25 seconds in that. Oh.
Yeah, I think everyone should kind of be worried about Snacks a little bit. I mean, he says in the chat here, 26-1 on the medium. And where did he place? P5. So yeah, I'd be a little worried about him on the soft come race.
Oh, that's the point. I wonder what everybody... We'll find out in a second what everybody's about to start on, tyre-wise, but it should be... Let's move my screens around so they are all correct, sorry. There we go. I imagine we'll just see a pretty typical everybody starting on the mediums, really, for this. This streaming tonight seems to have broken my everything.
It's never easy.
There you go.
That's why they pay us the big bucks.
I wish I could. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I think I could make a full-time job of this. Maybe I should just go ahead and like put in my my application for taking over Crofty's job.
You know, I'm still very new, so fortunately, I guess, don't listen to Brundle and Crofty. I listen to Jakes and Palmer on F1 TV. I hear a lot of people complain about Crofty and Brundle.
Oh, of course you would, yeah, because I think, yeah, because I think if you're watching it on ESPN, I think that it uses like the British coverage, like the feed from
Hmm.
Crofty and Brundle. But yeah, I don't think I've ever listened to Palmer
Oh,
before.
he's fantastic. I love him. He's just amazing.
Coghammer says, "How about we get Crofty on IIRL for a stream?" Can you imagine? Uh, imagine like the views we would get if we had David Croft as our as our like head streamer.
Oh, we have better, Corgi. We have you. We don't
Oh,
need Crofty.
nah, I think I'd rather take you over Crofty any day.
And that's how you get paid the big bucks, ladies and gentlemen. A little brown nosing. No, I'm just
Ah, little brown nosing never hurt anyone. Mostly,
kidding.
anyway.
You're right.
Steely is currently buzzing with his P12. Um,
They're my diffuser.
there was
Let me. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say these two, Socks and Steely, they're the ones they're vying for as high a place as they can get in this with their little 82 rivalry going on already.
I love a good rivalry. Is this more Lewis Nico or Gasly Ocon rivalry?
Uh, I don't know. Both those rivalries are pretty in. Ocon and Gasly and Nico and Hamilton are pretty hefty rivalries. I don't know. I can't think of a more friendly rivalry. Um,
Let's see. Oh, Lando and everyone that's his teammate.
I don't know. Not after what happened in not after
Oh,
what
fair
happened in
enough.
Hungary. I don't know how well they are on speaking terms. Uh, I don't know. I can't actually think of like a friendly rivalry in F1. Um, other than maybe people from other teams opposite one another. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're kicking off
Oh,
with the formation lap
nice.
now. Um, let's have a peek and see what tyres everybody's starting on. All the mediums. Unsurprisingly, actually. I don't know why I'm shocked by that. I don't think the softs will go the distance.
I think this is going to be an exciting race. I love sprint races. It's great. I love that one lap pace that everyone can kind of get out. I am not a full race stint type of girl. One lap is all you get out of me. So this is great.
So, quali's your thing then?
Not that either. Racing in general, probably not my thing. Will I do it? Yes. Is it fun? Absolutely. Um, but I can keep up with the pack for about one lap. After that, pace just disappears. No idea where it goes. But it's good fun.
Oh, it's just, it just comes in practice, doesn't it? I mean, I'm surprised I'm even able to keep up with the pack this season when, like, this time, well, I've been doing this almost a year now. This time about a year ago, I was spinning at every corner and not really able to. If it wasn't for if it, the only reason I got anywhere in career mode is because it had flashbacks, right?
Right.
Oh, here we go. As they come down the back straight.
It just looks like it's hot in this scene. There's a glow over the circuit. I wish it would tell us the track temperature and such right now because it just looks
Oh, that would
humid.
be cool, wouldn't it? Just those little things. Um, yeah, I mean, let's have a think. Uh, oh, words. My words are completely failing me again.
And I could definitely tell you it's at least 90 degrees out there or whatever that is. It's so
About 32, 33, 34. I only know this because I was last night. I was trying to find. I was sat there doing just me things and looking at when what 40 Celsius was, and then what like 100 Fahrenheit was in Celsius, which is like 99 or something, or like 101, or 100, no, I think it's dead on that. It's a number anyway. Okay, so here we go. Kicking off our sprint race now. Willow in P1. Oops, as I pressed the wrong button. And let's see.
Nice, everyone making it through turn 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I don't think
10-10 making a position.
no big bumps today. And Willow gets away quite quickly.
And Willow is zooming away, moving up nearly almost a second ahead of the pack.
That is... so we've lost RedDragan from the session. I can only presume they disconnected. Which means that we're Steely's disconnected as well. We're going to see them, their invisible ghost cars, dropping back a few places. As someone gets wing damage in that.
And Exotic Planes of the Mercedes is right on the gearbox of Deflated Wii, looking to make a move.
Let's keep an eye on these two then.
As that guy loses a place and Exotic Planes falls back. Not enough. I think they're starting to just pace themselves a little bit.
Don't quite have our DRS on this lap yet, so I think that's what Willow's going to be looking to do, trying to get away from the rest of the pack.
And Willow with the fastest lap. Not quite a full second away from the field, but gaining ever so.
He's right on that boundary, isn't he? Keeps jumping just above a second, so this is going to be... It's going to be interesting here to see whether or not he can keep that Is he 1.1, 1.2?
Oh, already. Time penalty from Tintin.
What lap 2? But I think Willow ended up outside of DRS there. So,
RedDragan RB. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say is that gives everybody here the DRS. As I think... No, Exotic didn't quite make it up on 10-10 there. But we did have We go past. Sorry, you were saying.
Oh, no, RedDragan gets touched and almost spins out. Deflated We gets a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting.
Oof. That has got to be rough.
Yeah.
It was at the chicane and under the flyover. Is that what you call it? Do you call them flyovers? Is that right?
The bridge?
Yeah, okay, maybe just a bridge then. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it.
Yeah. It's highway, interstate bridge. Fastest lap Willow, 1 minute 27 seconds, and I believe Cod Camper just made a place up on the McLaren of Alley.
I think he did as well.
The mid pack is quite close together. The McLaren trying to respond back on Cod Camper, the Alpine. Thinks about it, decides not to. The Alpine stays right in front. This pack right here is pretty close together. I think everyone is just not trying to hit each other, honestly.
I'm going to stick on board with that alley here, I think, because we're going to see whether or not he's going to make him... I think he's too far back, actually. I don't think he's close enough to make a move now on Cod Camper. I don't think anybody made a move down there, really.
And Ale almost spins out, makes the correction, and catches it.
Or is it like a rear lockup?
I believe so. Did look a little loose. This whole field is quite close together.
Everyone is more or less within DRS of one another. I think the gap there is at Greg, but he's just outside the DRS of Ale. And
Tintin up a spot.
Yeah. I think... I don't think Willow's got anything to worry about here. He is 2 seconds clear of everybody else almost.
And Deflated We still with that time penalty as SmallerSmiley goes into the pit and gets a 10-second time penalty.
Oh, you see that too much, people doing that into the pits now. He must have had wing damage by the looks. Yeah, he's getting a new front wing on. This goes onto the softs. I think you see that a lot actually with the with people going into the pits and getting those 10-second time penalties, because it doesn't take a lot.
Right now, Deflated Wee is looking to make a move back on 10-10. Oh, but he is fighting right now with the Mercedes of Exotic Plains, loses the position. Now Exotic Plains has a chance to try to go after 10-10. Deflated Wee still with the 10-second time penalty, and 10-10 with the 3-second time penalty. So Exotic Plains at least is looking at a P3 position, 2 position. Lap 4 of 10 here, sprint race Miami.
Oh, I think we just saw Snacks there try and make a move. He is invisible. So I think he went to make a move there on Yaka, but didn't quite make it stick, and it looks like now he might lose a place to Felix. He has done, so now Snacks is down in P7. Oh, as he loses the rear end, and oh, straight into the wall. He takes Cod Camper with him there.
Oh man.
It looks like he just lost the rear end.
And a 10-second time penalty for Snacks,
who has retired on track. That is unfortunate.
No safety car. That's great.
I think safety cars are rarer in sprint races, honestly.
Oh, nice.
You don't tend to see them too much. Probably just because, like, when you're running at like a 50% race, because normally this would be like, what, 21, 22 laps? I think, you know, you can end up... oh, it looks like Smiley went around as well, since he is slowly moving off as well. Yeah, I think... yeah, the safety car, that's where I was. Yeah, the safety car. I think if you're on like 22 laps, it's fine, but when it's only 10, and if the safety car's out for 3 or 4 laps, you've lost half the sprint race. So,
right.
Yeah, we have it on reduced normally.
Willow still leading the pack. Exotic Plains stealing that place back from 10-10. These two have been swapping positions for the last few laps. We have 4 laps left here in Miami. Willow with a 2.4 second lead has no worries, it seems, right now, looking to take the race win. We'll see if Exotic Plains can get up as close as they would like. I don't think that is possible right now.
John says that we had a full safety car on VSC on Tuesday. Is that a full one during the sprint race or during the full race?
Oh, we have another 10-second time penalty for SmallerSmiley.
I think he's retiring there as well. He's just far enough back now that the sprint race isn't... Oh yeah, no, I knew about the full race. I meant the sprint race, John. Like, it's such a short race. I don't think that it would generally put out the safety car because you'll lose half the race to a safety car.
We have a caution in sector 3. I think the Alpine of Car Camper spun out. Car Camper is fighting with that guy in the Williams. Those two almost touching. And back up to the field, 10-10 regains that place from Exotic Plains. So much happening, lots of track movement, and let's look at the position change really quickly. So RedDragan losing 7 positions so far, and JONNYB up 6, the highest number of position changes for the McLaren.
It's good going for JONNYB, although he does look like he's a bit further back. Greg just up behind him, looking like he's trying to catch. Otherwise, the pack's sort of broken up into 3 groups here, maybe 4.
Yeah, that guy in the Williams and Car Camper is still going position for position, touching tires. Oh, and the Mercedes! Oh, the Mercedes of Sox takes out Car Camper, trying to sneak in for the move.
Oh, I was on board with that guy, so I just saw the Mercedes go hard left, but I didn't really catch the details of what happened there.
It looks like they managed to pick up the pieces and keep it together on track. There has to be damage, but both cars still seemingly moving.
I think Sox's front wingless. Let's try and get a view of that on the camera. Yeah, Sox doesn't have a front wing. So he's just moved out of the way there. Good sportsmanship from him. Just sort of like, I've got damage, I'm not going to try and fight you for position here.
Jacob in the Aston Martin moves up a place on Felix in the RB. The McLaren right behind those two. I think that is settled though.
I think Jakob has got to, he's got to put his foot down a little bit, and he's got to try and get within, because I think, if I'm doing the maths right in my head, he is half a second maybe off of like 3 seconds behind 10-10. So if he can pick up that sort of half a second, 0.6 of a second, he'll be on position here for P3. Although he has now just lost that place to Felix.
Yeah, the McLaren is going 2 wide, 3 wide sometimes with Jacob. This is a battle I'm watching. I stopped talking for a second because these 3 cars, the Red Bull, Aston Martin, and McLaren, are really battling quite closely.
I think it's a shame really, because I think whoever's in P5, if they can, like, now that it looks like it, again, if I'm doing my maths right, they're 4 seconds behind 10-10 almost, which is a bit awful, because if they can get to whoever's in P4, if they can get to within those 3 seconds of 10-10, then they'll easily be able to, they'll be looking at a podium position here. But they need to get that move on, but when they go on the back, on the middle, on the straight in sector 2, I think they just end up jockeying for position so much, they lose out on time.
Yep. With 9 of 10 laps remaining, excuse me, 1 lap remaining, Sox is the only car after going into the pit to put on a set of softs to try to regain some pace, but that race is done for the Mercedes of Sox.
Oh yeah, I think with the softs as well at this point, and having pitted at the end of lap 8, do a good out lap on lap 9 and maybe put the fastest lap on lap 10.
That would be nice to come back away with after the incident that happened. 10-10 again making the move up on exotic planes. These two again continuously trading places the last 10 laps here.
Oh.
And Willow is still driving away 2.2 seconds ahead of everyone. What is the secret, Willow? I know you can hear us. Please tell us.
I think the secret is it's summer in the UK and school's done.
The grid's still kind of spread out.
Yeah, I think that tends to happen at Miami because you'll battle. So you'll see it happen. You've seen it happen here with Felix. They'll battle at the end of sector 2, at the end of that straight, trying to get position on whoever's in front of them as they. You know, they make a move, and a move does cost you a little bit of time. You'll gain it back, but the person behind you will stay close enough they can do it, and then you just sort of end up spreading that gap out a bit more as they all fight for position. Because now Felix is 5 seconds behind we, and just a few laps ago, him and Jakob were on a position for a podium.
Oh yeah, and Felix is trying his best to move in front of exotic planes in the Mercedes. And the Mercedes is fighting with 10-10. This race is wrapped for Willow, that is for sure, but we are yet to know the podium positions because of the penalties.
I think as it stands, it'll be looking like it'll be Willow, then Exotic, then 10-10. Because Deflated Wii is going to be down in like P8, maybe 9.
A huge upset in the Kickstarter.
Although, he is still fighting for position there. I mean, that's one way to do it. Slow everybody else ahead of you down.
And our race winner, Willow. Oh, we have a Deflated Wii with a 10-second time penalty, unserved.
That'll just be because, yeah, he didn't pit, so he didn't add it onto his time, so it just puts him down.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And Greg's up next. Oh,
Socks with the 3-second time penalty.
that means that any lap he's got on this one won't be fastest lap, even if it was fastest lap. Just
I did
because...
not expect. Go ahead.
Oh, just to say, just because he would have exceeded track limits.
I didn't expect track limits to be an issue, really. Maybe the drivers are just playing it a little aggressively, a little hard because it is only 10 laps.
I think it's the chicane as well that catches a lot of people out. Good finish for AlesBin though, up in P3, P4. 7 places up from the start. There he goes in the chat. What a save in the end. It was a good race that for AlesBin.
Yeah, that was great.
JONNYB driver of the day. I don't know how this game determines driver of the day anymore, because it's not the person with the most.
Oh, I wonder
places
how.
up. I think
Maybe it's like a consistency thing.
Yeah, just luck. As it tries to give people what they want. Catch a few screenshots here. So there we go. Willow, Exotic and 1010 taking the podium places for the sprint race. We managing to take back a single point after fighting the entire race for a podium place, even for the win at some points. And he just ends up, yeah, finishing there, which is a bit of a shame. And of course we had Smiley and Snacks DNFing.
That was a great race. That was really fun. God, I wish we could give you all like 2 views because there is so much happening.
I don't know if we're going to have... I doubt we'll have any rain here at Miami. I don't think it ever rains.
Which is really funny because being from South Florida, it rains at least once a day in the summertime. At least once a day. Also, the lightning capital of the world. Fun fact.
Oh,
You need that for Jeopardy.
that makes me jealous. I love a good thunderstorm. We never get to see a good thunderstorm here.
Oh, we have a whole protocol. I don't know if it's like a old wives' tale or what, but no showers, no landline phone usage, TV's off. Just sit there and be quiet.
I suppose it used to be a thing, didn't it? Like if you had a if you had a thunderstorm, don't use the telly. It'll break every. You know, if the telly's plugged in, it will surge and break the telly. I've never heard of no phone calls, but I suppose if it's an old landline, it could give people on either end of that a shock. But,
Give you a little ring.
as we have, I'm presuming potentially a new follower here with us this evening. I'm going to go with Maeve TTV joining us this evening.
Hey, Maeve.
Great to see somebody. That said, you might follow before, and I've just not seen you in the chat. So if that's the case, I apologise. But cheers for any follows. Let's see. What do we have to begin with? I think it's Socks. Socks is first out on the track. I mean,
Not wasting any time.
well, there's.
Got a little bit of something to prove after that last session.
I mean, you can learn a lot between 2 sessions, really, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the short quality, it's yeah. Maeve says, follow you on Twitter. We are here to support you. Thanks, Maeve.
Yeah. And while we're waiting for Socks to do his lap, I'm just so happy. Checo survived. He's staying with Red Bull. Officially staying with Red Bull. Checo somehow survived. I mean, I've heard rumours that it was Disney and that it was Liberty Media who were basically like, you will not get rid of this man. He gets us too much money.
I 100% believe that. No doubt about it. Only because my friends have said the same thing. Coda is a home race. Miami is a home race. And Mexico is clearly a home race. Those are 3 North American races that he pulls the most merch sales, especially for Red Bull. So, yeah. I believe it.
Oh no, Socks invalidates on turn 3. So let's move on to somebody else.
Socks.
Sorry, Socks. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm just happy because I don't care if they're a good driver or a bad driver. If they're wholesome and they want my heart, then that's it. They can have
Yeah.
a forever place for me. Um, uh,
Yeah, I don't think Checo's a bad driver. Just car isn't for him.
yeah, I wouldn't see. Yeah, I see. I believe that as well. He can, John says he can confirm Cota is one of them because he was there in 2022. Were you buying in bulk Checo hats? Do you just have like a wall of Checo hats? No. Cool. Right. Never mind then.
Oh, also Red Bull news, Jonathan Wheatley leaving to go to Audi.
I think I saw something about that where they said that the team didn't even, like, half the team that was there didn't even know it was happening. So, like, there was an announcement. He was like, oh, that's our new boss? Nobody told us that was our
Yeah.
new boss.
I can't see Max staying much longer with that happening.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Red Bull seem to be in a lot of scandal at the minute after Horny Horner.
Oh, don't remind me. What an incredible world we live in where he can just show up to work every day like nothing happened. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
Snacks with the fastest lap, 1 minute 27 seconds.
I put off the tyres, but I'm going to presume that everybody is in fact on the softs. No! That was a medium lap. That was a good lap on mediums.
Oh, wow. Oh, a few cars out on mediums. Hot Camper beating that time with a 1 minute 26. And Steely right below him with a 1 minute 26.9.
I'm watching Steely because I've got to compete with Steely on Sunday, so he's getting that extra bit of race practice in. I think tomorrow I just call in sick to work and then have to just sweat it out all day Friday and Saturday, right?
Oh, Willow fastest lap, 1 minute 25. Willow's been on form.
As it looks like JONNYB went around at the very last corner.
Oh, and managed to save it.
Looks like AlesBin crosses the line to start a lap. Snack seemed to think he messed up his Discord, his wheel table.
Destroyer Drac says, "Do you have a Discord server? Invite, please." You want to be friends, Drac?
I
I
believe.
can always use more friends.
There's no harm in having too many friends. I don't know what our policy is actually off the top of my head for people joining Discord from Twitch. Normally it's by invite from Padge, so I may have to get back to Drac on that one.
Yeah, we'll put a memo in.
If you want to join, I believe the general protocol is on like Xbox or something to message Padge. But I will find out actually on that front because I should probably know that.
We'll get there. You are welcome eventually. We have 11 minutes left in this qualifying session. A short quali again. There are 19 turns here in Miami. I guess that makes sense. Doesn't really seem like that.
Oh, I was like expecting Ali to do a great lap and then he just went to pits. Greg's out doing his lap. I think he's the only person out on the lap at the minute.
I wonder, I'm always curious about the teammate effort, if we'll see any of that go on here.
I think you normally would between Exotic and Björn, but Björn is currently on holiday, enjoying the sunshine somewhere or other. So we don't see him this evening. As Greg
What a slacker.
goes slowly across the line. Interesting. It's an interesting strategy. Not sure what quite happened there as he goes P4.
An Exotic plays on a set of medium, sitting P2.
It's a good lap as well. Look, he's only 2.5 tenths off Willow. 10-10 will be setting a good lap as well. 10-10's always fast. No matter what he does, he's always speedy.
Socks also on a set of mediums, yet to put a representative time up. But those three cars, exotics, that guy, and Socks, the only cars on mediums.
Oh,
And I take that back.
I think Exotic's about to leave the pits on a new pair of softs. New pair.
This should be a
set.
good lap.
Let's see. What can 1010 do? He's used up all his battery now as he crosses the line for P2. 125.7. That's a good lap.
I can't wait to watch Tintin and Exotic fight it out on track. That was great in the sprint race.
That was good. We just had Socks cross the line with a 127.5. On a set of mediums as well. That's a good time. Only going a little bit slower than Snacks, who I think had an issue with his wheel.
Uh-oh.
When he had a little bump into the wall there. So he has just bought a brand new wheelbase.
Nice. Speaking of Fanatec, their parent company going out of business. Scary times.
It's not a good time to be a Fanatec user, is it? Because if you need any parts, it might look like you won't be able to get them anytime soon. 100 million euros in debt, which is a substantial number of zeros.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. How? That's a lot of money.
I think it was like 90 million pounds, 90 million euros. Sorry, but they had an annual turnover. Smiley was telling me this of like 100 million euros a year. So I'm like, you make enough money that, you know, reasonably you could probably pay that debt back in a couple of years, but you didn't. So
interesting.
I call embezzlement, but maybe I shouldn't.
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe I shouldn't speculate about Fanatec's business transactions online.
If you can't figure it out, the answer is always money laundering. Always.
Fanatec is a front. I'm going with no.
Look,
just legally speaking, by the way, in case there's any Fanatec people watching, we don't actually think it's a front for anything.
And if there are any people listening for Fanatec, get my buttons to work on Xbox, please. I would really appreciate it.
Do you run with the Fanatec then?
I do. And it was a mistake once I figured out that I can't use my Xbox console with the buttons and the toggles and the fun stuff. That's why I bought it.
Yeah, you know, I didn't realise any of that either before I bought one. Excuse me, before I was going to buy one. I didn't realise that half the buttons didn't work, but that's an Xbox problem. I don't think that's not actually a Fanatec problem. They don't. Xbox doesn't have a program for anybody to like the settings for anybody to use any other buttons. It's nuts.
Fair point. I take that back, Fanatec.
But John did say they probably lost a load of money from the BMW GT3 collaboration. It cost them a lot of money to pull that off. That'd be a real shame. You go out, you do this grandiose like collaboration, and then pull. That would be a shame.
Yeah.
But there we go. I think everyone's finished their first set of runs now, as Ale sets P8.
I don't think anyone is going to be able to knock off Willow off this whole position and off of the win from the sprint race. Miami is their home.
Yeah. He's going to be riding that high the entire way through the rest of this session, I think. I think he took home a full load of points on Tuesday maybe as well. I can't remember who won on Tuesday. Yeah, I was too preoccupied with life stuff to watch it, so let's actually have a quick look on there.
You mean you have more important things than video games in your life?
No, absolutely not. No, this league is
okay.
Live and Die.
I thought so.
Yeah.
That sounds better. Not a lot of time left. 5 minutes here in the qualifying session. Everyone has put up a time so far. Willow still the pole sitter with 1 minute 25.6. And Exotic Plains just a 10th down.
So, John won the race on Tuesday. So he didn't pop up in the chat to let us know that. Willow only went... Oh, he went P10 in the sprint and He came P6 in the race. He wasn't taking home a full load of points on Tuesday, but it looks like today he is on the way to bringing home maximum points. And that's nuts, John. A BMW wheel you could use not only in the sim, but in a real BMW GT3 car. Oh, bear with me, I've just got to go to the car and get my racing wheel out for my sim racing.
Is that what they did?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's crazy. Okay, that's pretty cool. Wait, really? That seems so... Yeah, whoa, hold on. I just realized the implications of that. Going through all the government agencies, going... Oh my god, yeah, that might have been a waste of money.
I just love the idea that I'm just there with my... I don't know, obviously I don't think people would park GT3 cars on their driveway, but if they did, they're just like, I'm just going to take my wheel out, take it indoors, get on my sim rig and play with that instead.
Right. I wonder if that was like for specific countries. Is that just for the EU? Like, whoa, that's insane amount of legal work to do.
Oh. Yeah, that guy is the only person out on track at the minute doing a fast lap. Oh no, Padge is starting one as well at the back.
As well as RedDragan.
I think RedDragan's on he's on his out lap at the minute. So, you see him go around once, try and get some heat in those tyres. Though I think the track does get quite warm here, so I think you can end up overheating quite easily if you're not careful. But they cool off right down this straight though.
And it looks like there's a bit of overcast, or a lot of overcast, so that should help with the track temp. If F124 is that intense.
Oh, that guy did a double warm-up lap, so we followed him for not a great deal there. Let's see what Padge is up to. He's 79 thousandths of a second up on his previous Sector 1 time. Oh, John says that Cloud... Oh, no, Padge invalidates. That's a shame. Easy done, though. Apparently that wheel was $2,500.
Whoa.
Although I think SimCube have just released something similar with a Mercedes wheel. I think they've done.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's a nice wheel, but it's like £2,500, and I also don't have a SimCube, so.
I don't live in that tax bracket. I can't. I don't know how they expect to make money off of that unless it's just like for promo, honestly.
Oh, maybe that's what I should do. Just start promoting everything. John said that it was like this on Tuesday, and the track temperature was still 115 Fahrenheit, which is a temperature in Celsius. Here we go. What's that guy going to do as he goes 0.2 faster into P4?
Still just under a minute 30 seconds here left in this short qualifying session.
Everybody is on their trying to go through, see who I can see out and about who might be crossing the line next. It's probably RedDragan. Everybody is more or less out on a lap though. Snacks is invalidated this lap, but that could just be another warm-up lap for him. Yeah. So let's see, next to cross the line is going to be RedDragan, I believe. He's 0.2 up on his last time. Yeah, 46 Celsius without freedom units, apparently.
Freedom units? Oh, that's funny.
That was John's line. I won't take credit for that. As RedDragan P4.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that.
Pod Campers next across the line to go P6.
This qualifying session seems a little bit more tame, maybe because all the excitement was in the first one, but a little predictable from our first session.
Yeah, I think. Let's see where Willow's already 0.2 up again on his last time, so next up to cross the line is going to be Greg who goes P11. Smiley's about to cross the line, and what's he going to do here? P9, not bad.
Oh, nice.
The poor man's not very well at the minute, so he's racing quite sick, so kudos to him.
Oh, no. Willow again with the fastest lap, 1:25.5.
As we're about to see Exotic Planes cross the line, what can he do? Well, he's got 10:10, who is just 1/10 faster than a second, 1/10 of a second faster, but he only goes faster by 26 thousandths of a second, which locks him in P2. I think RedDragan is on an in-lap, so yeah, I don't think we're going to see any improvements there from RedDragan, seeing as he's currently on a 132. Cod Camper's on there in lap. Felix is currently improving. They are 4/10 up for the end of sector 2, so they go P4. You know what, Alex? I think that's it.
I see a few cars still coming. You think, oh yeah, yeah. We are done.
There we go. As Willow takes
Nice
P1.
stuff.
Wee is, oh, I didn't even see that. Deflated Wee is down in P16.
Oh.
Very out
That's
of
not
position.
typical, huh?
That's
Yeah, deflated wheat. Let us know what happened.
I expect details. Details, damn it.
This is gonna be so good.
I'm going to be keeping a close eye, I think, on Wee as he hopefully tears his way through the pack.
This
Alice?
track not the easiest to overtake either, especially just watching it from the last race. So many opportunities, but not really actually.
No, but I think when you've got the race pace on, where everyone's going to be playing different strategies and fuel loads and things, it's going to be a bit more interesting. John says that Willow went slower on this pole lap than his pole lap on Tuesday, where he had no line. In the zone, I suppose. So that's the end of our qualifying session. We're going to have a 5-minute break now, and apologise, but I'm going to have to take 2 minutes, and I will be back.
It's okay. I'll have fun with the chat. Anyone would like to ask me any trivia questions? I probably won't know it, but it'll be fun.
The Google is the answer.
Yeah.
Right, I will be back in 2 seconds. Sorry.
Oh, while we are here, and Corgi's gone, so we definitely have to talk about it again. Congratulations to Carlos Sainz going to Williams. Vamos. I'm a Carlos stan, so I think it's a great move, and I'm excited for him. My homies tend to think that it's not a great move, but I got faith in James Vowles. I mean, his voice, right? His voice gives you the faith that you can do anything. And unless you're Logan Sargent and lack a little bit of talent. But House is going to do great in Williams. Bunch of other drivers to drop, so we'll see how that goes with, honestly, the silly season, silly summer break. Really says, bring on AT2, please. F1 Samantha says, good race in Japan. Always nice to welcome another girl in the league. Samantha, thank you. It is nice having other ladies here. And if you're saying good race in Japan to me, thank you. But Samantha, you don't have to lie to everyone. I wasn't lapped as many times as I was lapped before, but it was probably better. Clean sweep. Samantha, I did finish. My goal is to keep it on the track and have no damage. So if I could do that, it's a good race. Riddler says, I don't want to be here. Well, where do you want to be, Riddler? Miami is hot, so I understand that. Where would Riddler go? Where in the world would Riddler go? Milton Keynes? I don't know. I just made that up also. Oh, also shout out to McLaren, Sadell, in the bin. Riddler straight to the trash. Nah, I'm just kidding. Recycle. It's more important for the environment. This is gonna be such a good race. I really wish y'all can watch and race at the same time because there is so many battles for Corgi and I to keep up with. It was really good. And you can really tell some drivers just completely had to back off of taking an overtake because they had the pace, but it's just really hard to maneuver here. This track does need to be in the bin. I kind of agree. I kind of I kind of agree. It's kind of strange. You know what? It's a corporate track, right? Like I think all the F1 folks will say that this technically isn't a real race, considering the price of the tickets, considering the crowd that's there. This is for the C-suite execs to go and like, rub shoulders and figure out how to launder more money, allegedly. It's not really a racer's track per se, right? Not like a Spa or Hungary.
Oh,
My favorite track. What is my favorite track? I really like China. I know everyone hates China. I really like China.
I liked China.
Um,
Also, hello, I'm
yeah,
returning.
China's fun.
China was great.
Welcome back. I do like China. What's it's not Hungary. What's the other European? What has like 4 turns or 5 turns?
Are you thinking of Austria?
Yeah, I love Austria.
Yeah.
Give me that lateral grip any day. I love Austria.
As soon as you're like 4 or 5 turns, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Austria because it might as well just be a square.
Yeah. It's but less like and we are about to do our formation lap. Yeah.
Not quite,
Um,
Sam. I just went to get a drink. If you must know. Uh,
I'm assuming that means going to the toilet.
yes. Yes. It does.
Or as my people say, taking the kids to the pool.
Is that what that means?
Yeah,
Oh.
gonna drop off some kids at the pool.
Oh, I've never got that right. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense now.
What's your favorite track, Corgi?
You know what? I think you and I have very similar taste in tracks because I love Austria. Austria is fantastic. Except for like the end of turn 3, but if you can nail turn 3, you're good for the rest of the race then. But a track that I would pick any time to race on. You know what? Probably a bit controversial. I don't know if it's controversial. I liked France. France was my favourite.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. It was just nice and it's fast, it's flowy. I think I just like any technical track. It's got fast flowing corners where you can imagine being in the car, right? And you've got to like drag your head, try and hold your head up. High G tracks, fast corners.
I've only played that track on ACC, not on F124, and it is not my favorite there. But when you do nail it, it feels good. I'll say that.
Unfortunately, it's not in F124. They pulled it out this year.
Oh right.
Yeah, we had it last season. I did quite well at France last season. I mean, I qualified P3 and then bottled it in the sprint race, and then I qualified. No, I think I qualified P3 for the actual race and bottled it in the race. By the way, I did all right at the quali. I just couldn't race. Here we go though. Everyone lines up in their grid boxes.
This is going to be good.
So we're waiting.
And the lights are up.
Got a mixture of strategies as well here, mediums and hards. So let's keep an eye on. Let's try and get it from plane.
Oh, in the Haas already.
Smiley
hitting
is.
the wall.
Oh no.
Out of the session, I believe.
I think his car's still there, but it's lap 1, right? So he could take damage here. He could pop the the hard tires on since he started on the mediums and try and drag them to the end of the race and hope for a safety car. His race is
absolutely
not
no
over
wings.
yet.
Nice, good save. This cars are made out of steel. That looked incredibly hard. It looks like Smaller's the only one to take contact. The rest of the grid still close together. That guy is watching Jacob. Oh, Jacob making contact with RedDragan, the RB.
I think caught that guy though. He oh wow, bold move here from JONNYB. Oh sorry, AlesBin to push it in front of that guy. Yeah, that guy lost a few places there because he went deep into the corner.
And Tintin keeping Willow honest. Willow not having the same pace he did at the beginning of the last sprint race.
Good teamwork there from Deflated Wee and IRL. It's from Snacks. Snacks lets Wee through on a toe, which I think is good teamwork. Let's see if those two can work together to take themselves further up the track.
Let's see, Steely and the Alpine, not quite close enough. Let's see about RedDragan. Now, these times are crazy. Every time someone gets close enough, they fall back just a little bit. And that's why I was thinking it just might be hard to overtake here.
Although, Wee, on the harder tyres, is right up. He's just made a move on Steely into the hairpin.
Oh, nice job.
Hairpin-ish. So he should have DRS down here as well to try and catch
up
Greg.
Willow loses a position to Tintin.
It's not surprising on that straight with the DRS.
Willow now sitting P2, Tintin leading the race.
Snacks overtakes Steely as well to yeah, Snacks overtakes Steely to take P13. These two Saubers here are playing the team game hard to catch up with the rest of the pack.
I love it.
That's a good race here, I think.
That's my favorite thing about II racing is the teamwork.
Pod Camper is fighting. Oh, with AlesBin, it looks like the three of them. Oh, I think we might see them go 3 wide into turn 1 here.
Willow regaining the position. Move on to P1. Oh yeah, Cod Camper in that group fighting hard. Cod Camper.
Greg is right up on the gearbox as JONNYB as well.
Alpine of Cod Camper, McLaren of Ali, Williams, and the other McLaren are, I mean, the whole rest of the pack is just right there, all within a few tenths of each other. Willow managed to gain that place back on Tintin and starting to find that pace, and someone loses a wing.
Yeah, Cod Camper goes around. No, that guy goes around. Contact, I think, with one of the McLarens.
That turn 15 and 14 is just, terrible.
But we do now have Greg and Wee right behind him. Let's see if there's anything Deflated we can do here to make this move down on Greg in P9 as the McLaren swap position. Doesn't look like it is. A bit of a DRS train forming here, I think.
Absolutely, and Willow again with the fastest lap, 1 minute 28. Pod Camper, oh, that guy pulls off into the pit.
RedDragan lost the rear there going into turn 1, so Jakob speeds through on him.
And Exotic Plains is looking like they may have some juice on the RB of Felix. Oh, kind of squirming all over the place. But has a slipstream, looks to the outside, makes the move on Felix. Exotic Planes up one position into P3.
Oh, but they bumped together there, trying to get out of the... They are fighting through this section of the track here.
Oh, Felix manages to steal the position back.
Although, through all of that, we managed to somehow miss Deflated Wee go from P10 to P7.
Oh, Deflated Wee, beautiful drive.
I think he might have had a triple overtake there. That could be good. Willow loses.
Willow, yeah.
Go on.
Oh, sorry, Willow loses the position to Tintin. It's literally so much happening, Corgi.
Oh, it's nuts. Nope, I've gone the wrong way with my buttons. Willow.
Tintin with the fastest lap.
I think Willow and Tintin are just going to be scrapping this one out to the end, to be honest with you. I don't...
Yeah.
Exotic Planes right up behind Felix. RedDragan not far behind again. And then Deflated Wee up from P16 to P7. And he has just got his first penalty for the race with a 3 second warning, or 3 seconds for violating track limits.
And we have a caution sector 1. I think Cod Camper just lost a place to Padge. And the field is...
With Felix fighting one another.
Oh, those two are still scrapping. Nice stuff.
I think Exotic Planes got the move done as well before the straight, so all Felix got a view of was Exotic Planes' front wing wide open, or rear wing wide open.
Exotic Planes loses 4 seconds.
It's nuts, isn't it? The way, again, that lot scrapping back there is enough to just push the pack all the way back, so that 1010 and Willow, who are the only two fighting one another here, Willow gets a bit squirmy out of the exit of the final turn. It doesn't, it just pushes them back, and I don't think Willow's got much of a hope here for catching up with the rest of it.
And not, let alone the fighting, their tires have to be screaming right now.
Oh yeah.
We're only lap 6 of 29 here in Miami.
So that said, Exotic Planes is now 3 seconds behind, and now that he's broken free, we have a...
Uh-oh. We have a caution. Did someone spin out? RedDragan has left the session. Oh, they are just ghosted. Okay.
Yeah, I think they tend to when you disconnect. Not a good time to be disconnecting when you're in P5 fighting for a podium place potentially.
I'm looking in the rear to see if there were any accidents, but it looks like everyone has their wing, so we are good on that.
Sock's making a move on Steely up the inside of the sector 2. Oh, and they come together slightly. I think Steely's going to try and fight that back.
Ghosted McLaren is causing issues of, was it JONNYB?
Is JONNYB's car ghosted to you?
It was for a few seconds, yeah. Willow takes the lead back from Tintin. Those two, like you said, scrapping. But the battles back here in the pack seems to be where it's at. As Steely loses a place to Snacks.
I think they're again scrapping it out. We up to P5. Socks, AlesBin's back down there now. He must have had a moment coming out of the turn, because he was with his teammate JONNYB up in P8, but now, oh, P9, sorry, and now he's all the way down here in P13.
On the Alpine and the Kick Sauber of Snacks trading positions again. That Kick Sauber is right on the tail of the Alpine. Kind of squirmy, trying to keep it close, but I think the dirty air is not helping at all.
I don't think it is either. And down here you just get such a DRS train, don't you, that it doesn't, you can't really make a move on anyone.
Absolutely. And it seems like Willow and Tintin are still keeping the same pace as far as their 1 and 2 positions. Again, RedDragan with the 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Oh, and as I say that, Willow loses his position. Sorry to jinx you there, bud.
Oh, I think it's pretty given. We're going to see these two just swapping places on that back straight every lap.
I wonder how their tires are doing. But hopefully I get that graphic soon and I'll let you know exactly what the DEG is looking like.
Well, with these two, when you've got Exotic Plains and on the hards back there, he's only 5 seconds behind. You're going to start getting a tyre crossover around about now, aren't you? So you're going to start seeing the hards becoming faster than the mediums. We've got a yellow flag. I think that Snax has gone around in the same place as before. Looks like he bumped that.
Yes,
curb
he
again.
has. Trying to correct himself and get some heat into the tires. Let's see if Snax still has a wing. Oh, and Snax is retired from the session. That left front wheel gone off. Virtual safety car has been deployed.
So that's going to be interesting now. I wonder if we're going to see any pit stopping here.
What would you do? I would definitely run it into the pit. It seems like almost perfect timing.
If the VSC lasts, Snack says the plug came off of his wheel.
Oh man.
Did look like he
so
for a second then it looked like he intentionally went off into the wall.
Yeah.
But that would make sense if his plug came out.
So while we have a moment, let's look at the position change. Oh, deflated wheat up 11 position places. Whoa. We do have some cars in the pit. Willow and Tintin deciding to pit at the same time.
But Exotic Plains isn't. And that doesn't surprise me really, because he's going to take the lead of the race now. But with there's still 20 laps to go, his medium tyres wouldn't make it that far. So he has no choice now but to stay out on that there. So let's have a look at the tyres we have now.
Exotic Plains pulling a George Russell.
See if his car comes
Maybe.
in 500 grams underweight. This 1010 gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. Oh no! Oh no, that has ruined. That will have ruined 1010's race.
Man. And just looking at the tire selection, Cod Camper decided to put a set of softs on when he went into the pit. We are back to full racing speeds. Lap 9 of 29 here in Miami. Tintin, I'm sure, devastated.
That's got to be painful. Deflated Wee's up in P2 though. Felix gets a time penalty. It's that chicane under the bridge. That's where everyone's getting them.
I remember Ruth on F1 TV saying that everyone hated that chicane, but it had to be there because it's the only way to access the track with a crane or something like that. So it sucks, but it has to be there.
Interesting. That's an interesting.
Cod Camper with the 3-second.
Oh, he does, yeah.
And Tintin out of the session?
Oh, I think he retired.
Ah.
Oh, you've got a bit of an echo going on. I can hear myself twice.
Uh-oh.
I think
right now, good.
I was just say, yeah, I think it's better now, but go on.
Oh, no, Exotic Plains leads the race here. He did not hit previous race leader Willow sitting P4 and Tintin. The only competitor Willow seemed to have currently not in the race.
Has Willow... Thing is, though, Willow now on these brand new hard tyres is going to be lapping much faster than the cars around him. it would have only cost him about half as much time, really, as usual, to get through that pit lane. So now, I think Smiley's gone around again.
Oh no, LA and the McLaren is the only car that is within a decent distance, and he goes to the inside looking to make the pass on the Merc of Socks, and the pass is complete. Let's see if he can hold on to it. And I believe the McLaren does.
See, that's where that...
Oh,
he got a bit squirmy.
just taps the wall. Yeah, it taps the wall just a little bit.
That's where that... That's where those medium tyres are now starting to go off a bit, and the hards are crossing over and becoming faster. We've got Greg, actually, who's within DRS of Steely. He goes to make a move, but doesn't quite make it.
Oh, and cars are starting to get a lot closer together. Willow making the move on the RB of Felix, regaining their actual race position. We have a caution out. I hope no one spun around.
No, I think Smiley's just retired into the pits.
And 3-second time penalty for LA. LA locking up his tires and hopefully not spotting them too hard.
Sox has made a good place now up on AlesBin. He's further ahead. Well out of DRS as well. Not quite within DRS of Jakob, but...
So who is Willow's direct competition now that Titan is out of the race?
No one, honestly.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. He does... Oh, no, he does not have a... Go ahead.
If there's a safety car now, then it will completely change the course of this race. But... at the minute, the best that Exotic Planes can hope for is a safety car. So if he does get a safety car, then he'll be able to go in, change the tyres, the pack will bunch up, and he'll be on nice new mediums that he might be able to take the rest of the race. But Willow is flying on those new hard tyres. It was unfortunate timing for the VSC for Exotic Planes. There's nothing he could have done there. Nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the pack spread out just a little bit. So far, race leader. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm trying to figure out the gap between Willow and the next person who has track position, which will be RedDragan. Because of course all those cars in the middle are going to have to pit at some point, but RedDragan shouldn't have to. So, but I think he's still a good 20 seconds almost behind Willow, so I don't think there's any... RedDragan will even be able to catch up and compete.
And in the last sector, Steely made a move on Siewcachaosu. How do you pronounce that Ferrari's name?
We just call him Greg.
Greg? Got it. Oh, and there's some movement up front. Felix loses a position. Oh, because Felix is in the pit now. And Kick Sauber and Haas are fighting. Willow taking the position back from the deflated wheel, but there was a bit of a touch there. Deflated wheel still has a 3-second time penalty. And Willow will just continue to blow past the rest of the field.
It's Willow's race to lose at the minute.
Absolutely.
So Smiley popped in the chat to tell us that he had lap 1 rear wing damage. So he took it 10 laps with rear wing damage until the tyres went off.
Whoa.
So you know what? Fair play. Poor guy.
That's dedication.
Ill. He's deathly ill, and he goes and makes 10 laps with broken rear wing. I love the dedication.
Please celebrate with some chicken soup. Currently, I am looking at Felix lose a position with Greg. They're just swapping back and forth here. Both are sitting behind the Alpine of Steely. Neither one can do much because Steely is right there as well.
How close is Felix? Is within DRS of Steely, so Greg, he's not going to be able to really catch up with Felix on his brand new tyres. Like, they're both going to have the DRS. They're both going to have the tow. It's almost a no-brainer on the fight there. Yaka pits. We've got Socks pitting as well. JONNYB pitting.
It's that time, isn't it? Pit window is open for the mediums. At least that's what my strategist tells me. Thank you, Xbox.
There you go. Willow is only 1.7 seconds behind Plains. Willow doesn't have to push here. He really doesn't. His next direct competitor is 19 seconds behind him. Yeah, he doesn't have to push hard here on these tyres. He can proper tyre safe to try and make the end of this race up.
Yeah, I think you're right. This one is maybe in the bag unless we get a safety car, like you said. That might help him actually. But Todd Camper in that Alpine is the only car on a set of soft tires. Everyone else is sitting on a set of hard tires. Deflated Wii and LA and the McLaren have 13 laps on their tires, so they should be looking to come in quite soon. Also, those cars with the most amount of laps do also have the most amount of penalties.
I mean, Deflated Wii has had a fantastic race here. He's up to P3. He'll pit for new mediums in a few laps, I imagine. He'll come out maybe P5, P6, and then he'll be or P5 because Ali's got a pit yet, and then he'll have brand new, faster, fresher tyres that he can use to tear through the pack with. So I think we'll see Wii potentially get a P2 here. He could potentially be on for a podium. P2 or P3, I think, for him. There you go. Ali's finally pit for those medium tyres.
Currently right now, Deflated Wii, 3-second time penalty. RedDragan, 3 seconds. Helix, 3 seconds. LA and the McLaren, 3 seconds. And Todd Camper of the Alpine, 3-second time penalty. Willow is inching up closer and closer to Exotic Plains in the Mercedes to regain that P1 position. I wonder if Exotic Plains is going to put up much of a fight. Nope. I don't think that he can.
I think he just let him by there.
Yeah, had to.
If
I was Exotic Plains, yeah, I would pull into the pit right now.
Yeah, if he wants to hold on to that P3. Oh, I think I see what he did. I think he intentionally slowed down so he could get the DRS down the back. Oh, I think his move now was to try and keep up with Willow. Get the DRS, get as much of a gain as he can on Deflated Wii, but Deflated Wii's got that 3-second time penalty, so it's not like he's a threat to Exotic Plains.
And Exotic Plains has 15 laps on those tires, as well as Deflated Wii, also 15 laps. LA decided to put on a set of mediums. I think you said that, but I forgot. But LA on a new set of mediums.
Codcamp is interesting. He's gone for a second set of softs.
Nothing to lose, right? Why not? Currently sitting P14.
I'm just sticking on board with Steely at the minute since there's the only battle really happening on track. That battle for P6 between Steely, Greg and Felix. P5, sorry, not P6. That's a good race.
Smaller.
Steely there. Sorry, go on.
Nope, Smaller in the chat says, lap 1, rear wing damage. I tried. Only so much I can do until the tires went. He was actually gaining on the field. Isn't it crazy when you take damage and your car is just magically quicker?
He left half of his rear ring on the pit straight, so he's like, I don't need that.
Too much weight.
He was running DRS the entire time. There we go. Exotic Plains finally pits.
That's a solid run, Exotic Plains. Impressive drive.
Wii doesn't. Wii carries on.
He puts on a set of mediums. Exotic Plains.
Well, he'll have to. He wouldn't get soft to the end at this point, but I think that is... At that point, I think that's it. I think Willow is going to be so far ahead now of the rest of the field. He's not going to have...
What?
To say he's just not going to have... No one's going to have the pace to catch him. Exotic Plains is 20 seconds behind him. Oh! watching JONNYB as he must have had some contact with that guy as they were fighting into the corner there, and he span off and went into the wall right by the pit lane entry, fortunately, so he can do what he needs to do now to get that car back on the road with a fixed front wing. That's a big shame there.
LA was definitely moving up to try to take some positions. I don't think they were too much involved with that, but it didn't help to see him coming up quite quickly behind. I think Steely is the only car within a second, under a second, on the track right now.
He's pulled a good gap to Greg, who is now 1.6 seconds behind him. So, Steely, mega race. This is
Felix.
Should, move him up to 82 now.
Right.
81's
Oh, Padge with a 3-second time penalty. Deflated wheat in the pit.
I think he had a bit of trouble getting out one of the corners there. Felix pulled ahead and is now out of DRS. So now all the cars are just sort of on the track.
Willow with a 20-second gain, 19.5. Yeah, lap 18 of 29.
That is... He had a great strategy there. It's unfortunate for 1010 with that drive-through. I imagine what happened with 1010 was I imagine he was likely trying to, as soon as it came out the VSC was ending, he probably tried to push it a little too close, and then he went under the delta, and it gave him that drive-through for speeding. I think he just pushed it a little too hard. That's a shame. But we...
Tintin saying... Go ahead.
Oh, go on. No, you go.
Yeah, Tintin in the chat saying it was the most BS drive-through penalty he's ever had. So maybe he's thinking a game glitch got him. He says he slowed 3 seconds, immediately leaving the pit lane. Literally impossible with the virtual safety cars ending.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there.
Let's see how it is looking on track. LA and the McLaren. The only car close enough to make a move, still quite a far ways back. Thinks about taking the move on the Williams of that guy. Gets insanely close. Blocks up his tires. Goes to the outside. And does make the position. I wonder if that guy has a response. I don't think so.
That guy's on
LA.
Old tires though, 15 laps.
Woo! And LA is a great late breaker. I've been watching them move up. Yeah, it's incredible.
Deflated wheel is now on the gearbox of Greg. So he has far more speed through there. It takes him up into P6.
Oh, almost a double overtake, but not quite enough for Deflated Wee. Makes the move on Greg for sure, but is fighting with the Alpine of Steely.
I think he's easily going to get it with Steely here because he's just got fresh tyres. So he'll just have all that extra grip coming out. He's got the DRS going down with the straight. He's got the toe. He's got a practically full battery. This is a no-brainer. He's gonna clear the Alpine like it's not even there. There we go. DRS.
An Alpine looks like he might have slowed down just a bit to get behind Deflated Wee.
Oh, that guy went round by the looks of it up at the just at the chicane.
Fastest lap, Deflated Wee, 1 minute 27 seconds. I wonder if Willow has anything to respond with.
I don't think he will. I don't think that he will be able to respond to that fastest lap time with the 11 lap old hard tyres.
Just 9 laps left as that guy goes into the pit. And, 3-second time penalty for Steely.
That is unfortunate.
Greg is currently chasing down Steely in the Alpine. Steely getting that time penalty after playing the defensive game. Greg goes on the inside, takes the position from Steely. And Cod Camper is left. Oh, maybe he just got disconnected, but 3-second time penalty for a deflated weave. And Steely left the session.
Probably a connection issue, I imagine.
Oh.
But now his car slows down, so Jakob can just drive through the car. There we go. Oh, I can't believe. Let's have a quick look at those penalties. We've got 6 seconds now, which would effectively put him back into P8 at this point.
Let's see. I think Steely. Oh, Jacob. Quite close to Greg.
Yes,
Jacob
Steely,
in
you
the
have
Aston
that
Martin.
again. Sorry, Alex.
No, you're good.
Like that, so yes, you have.
The Aston Martin, Jacob getting closer and closer to Greg in the Ferrari. Setting up the move for the next corner. Still has a decent amount of battery left. Goes to the inside, takes the move on the Ferrari. And Greg with no response.
It's hard there because... Oh, there's a safety car.
Oh, wait, what happened? Why?
It looks like that guy.
Oh.
He might have gone around at that wall because he's got a front wing. He must have just spun, but I'm not... Because no one's DNF'd. Johnny B's just coming out of the pits now.
And there's a Mercedes going into the pit. I would definitely go into the pit right now.
Oh my god, it's Exotic Plains, isn't it? And he's going to put on... What's he going to put on? What tyres does he have? Medium tyres. So, if these are brand new medium tyres, if he managed to save a set of medium tyres, and if Willow doesn't have new tyres, then this is going to be a phenomenal battle to the end, because Exotic Plains is going to be right on the gearbox of Willow. That could not have gone better for Willow there. For Exotic Plains, sorry.
I wonder what happened. Where did this safety car come from?
I don't know. Sometimes they're a bit odd. I saw... I tried to flick through the field to see who was where. I think Exotic Plains... that guy was a bit slow. So maybe he had a spin and a thing, and it was like, oh, let's throw out the safety car. Because no one's broken. Everyone's on the track still. Oh, AlesBin says his wing is broken. I didn't go through that, AlesBin. I apologise.
So Willow has 13 laps on those hard tires, and Exotic Plains with a set of new mediums.
The thing is,
everyone.
Oh, go on, sorry.
No, everyone's been in the pit except for Steely and Willow. That's all.
It's interesting here because, of course, it's you get a reduced time through the field, don't you? Through the pit. You got as Willow has to be careful that he doesn't get disqualified for overtaking the safety car into the pit lane, as I've seen that before. Yeah, so Exotic Plains is now going to take the lead. There he goes. So even though Willow's got that reduced pit lap, that reduced pit time, he won't be able to respond to that. Steely stays out, which is an interesting choice.
Corgi, what's going to happen here? There are only a few laps left. Is that the race gone for Willow?
No, I don't think so. I think him and Exotic Plains are going to fight hard. Oh, Steely's not in the lobby. That'll be why he didn't pit. Steely, you haven't pit.
Yeah.
But you are in P2, so...
And
there's that. I'll send Steely an invite just in case he wants one. I imagine he should know to join back off the friends list, but... There we go. Now he may come back. to fight in P2 to live another day.
This would be a great time, Steely. Hurry up.
I think if he pitted now, he'd still come out in P6. P8, no, P8. He'd come out in P8, which is not a bad going.
This definitely took a turn. Hopefully the safety car doesn't stay out for too long.
I don't know, you know. Jakob could make up some good places here on those soft tyres. So could Greg.
Yeah. Wee has the pace. Oh man, this it depends on how much fighting is going on up front, right?
Wee has the pace, but he also has 6 seconds of penalties.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. It's important.
What's chat thinking about this race then? How's everybody feeling about what we've seen here? We thought that Willow had this in the bag, but now he's down in P3. Effectively P2 if Steve doesn't join, but if Steve does join, he'll have to pit anyway.
Oh, I know Tintin is just fuming right now.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Just got to wait for the rest of the field to catch up. But the likes of Johnny B is quite far back.
5-lap shootout. If we can make it to that.
I think we'll scarcely see 4 at this rate.
Oh man, Steely. Let's see what you can do on 15 lap. Oh, Hearts, come on. You can make it.
I think the problem with this track as well is because it's so long, like it's got these 2 long straights, it's really hard to catch up with the safety car because, you know, they're going to be doing like 160, 170, 180 miles an hour down the back here. So then they have a reasonably slow section, but not the slowest section in the world. And then they're back onto 180 miles an hour again. So it's hard to catch up with the safety car here.
Lap 24 of 29 here in Miami with II Racing League. Thank you all for being here and in the chat. We appreciate it. This sprint race weekend on what's today? Thursday? This sprint race weekend on Thursday has been full of excitement. The safety car is in this lap. This is going to be a race between Exotic Plains and Willow.
I'm enjoying Steely's AI doing a Kimi Raikkonen.
No worries. No need to warm up those tires. The great thing about social media is even though I'm still a newbie, I know exactly the clip that you're talking about because it just all regurgitates the same highlights.
Exotic Plains launches a bit earlier, which might be a good move here because he's put
and the safety car
gap.
Is in. Are we back to racing?
We are.
We are. Still
Willow
going on mine.
Willow absolutely fights it tooth and nail for P2 by driving through Steely's car.
Oh, 3-second time penalty for Ale.
Oh, that's rough. That guy
and
as well.
And, oh man, these time penalties are racking up. Exotic Plains pulling ahead of Willow.
Where are we going to see? I don't think Willow's going to be able to fight this back, you know. Oh no!
We have another safety car?
That guy is out. He must have hit something at the back, but it really annoys me that you can't actually see what's going on. So we have another safety car!
Yeah. Whoa, another safety car. Will it end on under a safety car?
I don't think anyone's going to pit here. If anyone does pit here, they'll be crazy.
I've never seen what happens once safety car comes out with only a handful of laps to go.
I feel like I need to be the race director right now and just like Abu Dhabi this. Let RedDragan through into P1, Makes up the race a little bit. I don't think
Little
anyone's going to
manipulation.
pit here.
No, that would be criminal. Unless you're Steely's not here, so.
Well, no, there we go. Steely is pitting. So is Cod Camper. Steely is, and Johnny B as well. Johnny B does still have his front wing, from what I can see, so I think he's just going to go on for a fresh set of softs. Yep.
So we have 3 cars: Cod Camper in the Alpine, Johnny B in the McLaren, and Steely also in the Alpine in the pit.
If Steely, as the AI, got the fastest lap here, I don't know what I'd do. I think I'd chuckle quite hard. But Exotic Plains and Willow are going to be bricking it a little bit here, just because they got to wait for the cars to catch up at the back. Then the safety cars got to come in, and then they might not even have a lap with DRS, maybe, to catch up with the rest of the field, or to be able to make a move on one another, because Exotic Plains is going to have a bit more time in those tyres than Willow will do.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here. 2 safety cars though,
And a virtual safety car
and a VSC
so far in Miami, with no rain, just dry racing.
I think that'll have to be my strategy for Sunday. Don't put it in a wall.
Right.
Make good places. Let's. I'm just going to pop up the penalties here, because as it stands, RedDragan is going to take that final podium place. If he can keep it ahead of 3 seconds ahead of Jakob. Otherwise, if he stays within 3 seconds of Jakob, then Jakob takes P3. Even though he's in P6 at the minute. Because we've got a 3-second penalty for RedDragan, 6-second penalty for Wii, and a 3-second penalty for Felix.
There is a lot happening in this race at one time. And only 2 laps left.
Yeah, this has been interesting.
Oh, it doesn't look like the safety car is going in soon either.
I imagine it will come in this lap now, because Fake Steely is catching up with the back of the pack now.
Right, Fake Steely. That's whoever's going to be in the Alpine next year.
Jack Doohan, I think.
Oh, right.
We're gonna have. There was something about that today.
I did see that.
The fake marina. I get a lovely view of the fake marina here.
Oh, it's insulting. Oh. I can't even talk about it.
We want to be like Monaco, so we'll put a marina in our track.
What a waste of paint. Really.
Oh, it's funny. The water on this probably looks more realistic than the water in real life. So,
Yeah, that's for sure. The track is 45 minutes away from actual Miami. So any person that's from there would have an issue with calling this the Miami race.
Is it really that far away?
Oh, and that's without traffic, yeah. From South Beach proper, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Dade County is this like county it's in, but it is not Miami.
This is why we need you here, Alex. We need the information about the American tracks.
Oh, safety car's in.
Right, Willow. I'm going to stick on board with Willow here, I think, because
Absolutely.
what we need to see here is how well Willow is going to be able to respond if I don't get dizzy watching these cars swing left and right.
Right.
It's going to be when Exotic Plains goes, is he going to be able... There we go. It looks like he's
And
gone
there it
now.
goes. I pulled away really quickly from Willow.
Oh, but it looks like Exotic Plains goes deep, so that little advantage that he got from going early, he's not going to keep it for very long.
1 lap left here in Miami and 1 lap shootout. Pretty much the contenders are Exotic Plains and Willow for that P1 spot. And it looks like Exotic Plains is still pulling away, and Willow might not be able to recover. as LA moves up a position on socks.
Yeah, I think those two have been fighting back and forth.
We are definitely sticking with the two cars at the top of the grid. And I'll let you know Cod Camper does make a place on socks.
Oh. So we're going to have this lap. We're going to have one lap of DRS here. Oh no! Exotic Planes hit the wall! He lost an end plate! He lost an end plate, I think. I saw some debris go upwards, and he is missing his front right end plate. He's going to lose a decent amount of downforce from that, which means we could see Willow snag back this win on the next lap with the DRS.
And it's happening quite quickly. Willow is getting closer and closer and closer to Exotic Planes. DRS has now been enabled into turn 1 and 2 out of 3. Oh, Willow almost loses it, but makes the correction. LA has retired from the session with the DNF. Not sure what happened there, but we are still with Willow and Exotic Planes.
That section there, thing is, this is where Exotic Planes needs his downforce. He needed that front downforce to get through those little S bends. I don't think it's Willow's smartest move to overtake here, though.
Willow still has 70% battery.
Yeah, Willow. I think that's a good idea. If he keeps it here, he's going to be able to keep close to Exotic Planes through here. He's charged his battery right the way up. Exotic Planes is going to be slow through this section of the track. Willow is going to be right on his gearbox, so he could get he'll get the DRS down here. He's burning his battery, and so is Exotic, but Exotic's is almost empty, and Willow's is not, and that's it. He flies past.
And Exotic Planes puts up no fight. And the two come around the last sector, make it over the finish line. That is Willow with the race win. What a race.
Not quite full points though. I think that honor goes, I think the fastest lap went to Deflated Wee, so Willow takes home all but one of the points.
Deflated Wee, the driver of the day.
I think he did a great race. You know, we'll forget that he may have had 6 seconds worth of penalties. But let's see where that puts him. Let's skip that end cutscene so we get to see the board for a bit longer. So the race results are... That was a raw kick in the teeth. I'm real sorry about that, Steely. As you cake P12. But Willow, he goes P1, Exotic Planes P2, Yaka P3, and Greg, so taking a good P4. He drove a fantastic race with 0 penalties there to take P4. RedDragan P5, Felix P6. That was a great race.
That was a great, that was great. That was a great sprint race. That was a great race. More, please.
Anytime, Snacks. Anytime. Well, not anytime. Thursdays. I race Wednesday, Thursdays, Sundays even. I don't race Thursdays. We race.
All right, Corgi has been doing all his recon work for the weekend coming up.
Yeah, that's it. I'm watching everybody here and trying to learn how to do this for Sunday. It's actually my birthday on Sunday as well, so I get to race on my birthday in Miami. So that's gonna be interesting. It's either gonna be a great day or a horrible day.
Alright, well, so no one beat Corgi on his birthday, okay?
Yeah, that's it. That's why I should be handed the win, right?
I agree.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us this evening. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you to Alex, for joining me and giving me somebody to talk to, so I'm not talking to the void.
Oh, this is great. I love being here. This is awesome. Good race, everyone. We will be back next week. Where will we be?
Imola?
Imola. Imola. Imola? Question mark? Imola.
Oh, yeah.
We will see you then.
I don't know how I feel about Imola. I love it and I hate it simultaneously. Oh. Right, that's great stuff. Thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely evening.
Good night.